Do you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money. She's talking about money.
Joe Rogan, how could you do it? How could you join the anti-Semites, the Kanye Wests?
Yes, welcome back. Last year, Joe Rogan went viral for reasons I'm not going back into. Recently, Joe Rogan is coming under serious criticism on social media. According to this article, Joe Rogan has been slammed for saying that Jewish people are into money. During a discussion on the most recent episode of his podcast, the broadcaster 55 welcomed Breaking Point podcaster Krista Ball and Saga onto the Joe Rogan Experience, where they touch on Nancy Pelosi's endorsement of Representative Adam Schiff for California Senate. It's crazy, said Joe Rogan. Did you see him sitting next to him, Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins, which is just about money. She's talking about money. That's not an anti-Semitic comment. I don't think this is. Benjamins are money. He went on, the idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous. Yes, so on this clip, we are going to take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. And if possible, why not share this clip?
Do you see him sitting next to Ilhan Omar, where she's apologizing for talking about it's all about the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Which is just about money. She's talking about money.
She shouldn't have apologized.
That's not an
it.
anti-Semitic statement. I don't think that is. It's about Benjamins or money. You know, the idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous.
Listen.
That's like saying Italians aren't into pizza. It's fucking stupid.
Listen.
It's fucking stupid.
I understand that the way she phrased it, like she could have phrased it a different way so that people would have less of a freak out. But can you not talk about the influence of money in D.C.?
Of course.
This is very obvious. There's a very obvious reason why for my entire life there's been a uniparty consensus around our policy vis-a-vis the Israeli government and a total inability or unwillingness to criticize the Israeli government. It has everything to do with organization and, yes, money, just like every other interest in D.C. And so, yeah, the fact that she said that and she got kicked off the Foreign Affairs Committee, look, I have issues and disagreements with Ilhan Omar, but she actually is one of the more courageous voices on foreign policy who's willing to call out some of the hypocrisy in U.S. foreign policy. Extremely rare in terms of United States congressmen. So it's actually kind of a real loss that she got kicked off that committee.
Joe Rogan, how could you do it? How could you join the anti-Semites, the Kanye Wests, Ilhan Omar, anti-Semites on the right and the left, and talk about Jews?
Yes, I have seen a lot of people sharing this short clip on Twitter. This is what somebody wrote. Rogan didn't offer a critique of Israel, didn't even say the word Israel. He said Jews love money. That isn't a fact. It is an anti-Semitic truth. Criticism of Israel is both fine and necessary. So criticism of money in politics and lobbying, Rogan said, one of that. If you can understand what is going on, you realize people like to cut out clips out of context. You will not watch the whole episode, to conclude. You will just pick out something that someone cannot actually justify, just to make sure, to discredit the person. That is what I've seen recently on social media. When I react to these short clips, sometimes I don't really have opinions on them.
Joe Rogan, how could you do it? How could you join the anti-Semites, the Kanye Wests, Ilhan Omar, anti-Semites on the right and the left, and talk about Jews and money? One of the most anti-Semitic tropes used by Jew haters, the cause of so much hate against the Jewish people. My kids adore you, Joe. But they are shocked that you have now legitimized this picture of the Jewish people, Jews and money. You are part of it. You have made it kosher, Joe. You're supposed to be a good guy. My kids tell me, Joe Rogan, he's amazing. He's a real mensch. But you have now joined the ranks of the anti-Semites by what you did. You need to take a leave from your podcast and figure out what you just did and how you could do it. Because you're a good guy. How could you be part? Ilhan Omar. You know, Joe Rogan says Jews and the money. You know, the Benjamins, Jews and the money. Kanye West, I told you it was Jews and the money. Joe Rogan agrees. And the anti-Semites on the right, the left, Jews and the money. Joe Rogan. Joe, please think about this for a long while, what you have just done. You need to take a break. You are a person who has the most amazing following in the United States, one of the most popular individuals, and you have just legitimized a trope, an anti-Semitic trope that has been used against the Jewish people throughout history. Joe, please figure this out, Joe. You've just made a huge, huge mistake, a dangerous mistake. Joe, please go figure this one out.
Yes, they have made it clear that Joe Rogan has made a big mistake. This is somebody that has been following Joe Rogan for a very long time, and the children love Joe Rogan. Now, he has made these mistakes. I don't really want to say anything pertaining to this topic simply because I did not watch the full episode to understand exactly what happened. If you watch what I said at the beginning, you realize I was just struggling to generalize the situation, how people usually take clips out of context, not like I'm giving like I watched the video. I haven't watched it. I have seen a lot of articles, where they've published about this, and I've seen a lot of tweets how people are actually coming out to denounce what he said. Last year, when he made a mistake, he came on social media and I believe he said something on Instagram, to calm down the situation. When you look at something the way it's cool now, in days to come, it might be a little bit hotter. We saw last year they say boycott Spotify, a lot of people left. Now, we don't know what they can do. If I was Joe Rogan, I would stand and reason, look deep into what is going on, and make peace with the world. Because, let me not say it.
You know what I did see, though, that's hilarious? Someone is doing this scene where they play the devil, and they're dancing around, and they have like fire behind them and all these devils. And then when it ends, it says, brought to you by Pfizer.